I am doing a jig.
Who is that? Who is that on the organ?
You always ask me this, and I always forget.
I think it's Gene Jarvis, right?
I don't know.
You don't know who did the organ at Shea Stadium?
No idea.
What kind of
Well, I should, because you always tell me, and I always forget.
Yes.
All right, fair enough. Let's get right to it. The movie Sully, where they landed not in the Hudson, but on the Hudson River, starring Tom Hanks. What do we think?
Well, this is the one movie you should see this weekend, and this is a movie you absolutely should see. It's not. I'm not saying you don't see. I think it's required viewing. I think for pretty much everybody, it is a stunning film, and you're probably thinking, or at least maybe a few people in your audience, why should I see this? It was well documented. It was super inspiring, but really what's left to see? There have been various documentaries, so many news reports. Sully's been all over the place talking about this for the last 6-7 years at this point. What's new here? Well, what's new is, Sully really suffered from PTSD after this. I'm sure many of the passengers did as well, although that's not documented in the movie. But there was also this NTSB investigation, which, I think cast doubt and led to some self-doubt as far as Sully was concerned, and that's portrayed here. Also portrayed in really a remarkable way is the flight itself. I have never seen a better, more realistic rendering of modern-day air travel than in this movie. And, I've seen other movies try to do it, and I've seen other movies do a decent job of it, showing us the minutia of getting on board a plane and buckling yourself in, and, the tired person, the couple that's doting over the baby,
right,
the mother helping her elderly mother, maybe squeezing through in tight or cramped quarters, which you actually really don't see that often in movies. Generally, when you see an airplane in movies, they always make it a little bigger than it actually is. I mean, they did not do this here. I mean, they really, at some point while you're watching this movie, you're going to reach over on your seat for a seatbelt, because that's how realistic it feels. They do such a good job with Tom Hanks. I didn't even mention Tom Hanks yet. Tom Hanks as Sully is just amazing, and Aaron Eckhart as his co-pilot, Jeff Skiles. Jeff Skiles is unheralded in this, and I think Aaron Eckhart as an actor is also unheralded as well. And, I think what's so beautiful about this movie is the subtlety in these performances, the subtlety in Clint Eastwood's direction. Nothing in this movie seems larger than life. It seems very personal, and I think it's a reflection of who Sully is as a person. We saw that time and time again. This was a guy who didn't really seem comfortable being considered a hero. He was a guy who was just doing his job, and that's like Tom Hanks and Aaron Eckhart in this movie. They're two actors who are just doing their jobs, but they go above and beyond, like Sully and Jeff Skiles did. I have a slight problem with this movie with historical accuracy, and I think this was a little lazy, and they should have paid a little more attention to it. While they go out of their way to make this as realistic as possible, and I believe they filmed some of this in the Hudson River, even if they didn't, it certainly looks like they did, but they filmed the modern-day Hudson River, and we know the Intrepid. The Intrepid was in the news this week because they had that presidential forum on the Intrepid the other day. But there is a space shuttle exhibit on the Intrepid, and I think it's the Enterprise. I think it's a space shuttle that's on the Intrepid, and you can see the housing for it. It's very large. It's white. That didn't get there until 2012, and this happened in 2009. And in almost every shot, you see the Intrepid in the background. You see the space shuttle exhibit, and I thought that was a little lazy. But outside of that, I mean, that's super nitpicking. This is a super movie, 4.5 out of 5 stars.
David Blaustein, it seems like either there have been a bunch of movies I've wanted to go see that have been good, or something's going on. They've made quite a number of good movies this year. Have you noticed that, or is it just... Or I'm just talking.
No, there are a lot of good movies. I mean, it's not necessarily reflected in the box office because we don't have the blockbusters that we did like last year. But yeah, I mean, I think last year we had a number of really terrific movies as well. I mean, I think the last few years Hollywood has churned out some really nice major studio movies. I mean, certainly independent films have a tendency to be better than those big blockbuster type movies. But yeah, I mean, I think there are a lot of really good movies out there, and we're not even in award season. Like we're just knocking on the door of award season, so we're about to get a lot of probably great movies, I'm guessing.
On a side note, do you ever go to Sundance and review some shorts in Sundance at all?
No, it would be crazy to wear shorts at Sundance. I hear it's very cold.
Really? Is that? I was just
sorry.
curious.
Look, I'm a radio guy. Play on words. I actually never go to Sundance.
Okay.
You would think I would go to Sundance, and the company I work for would be willing to pay for that, but that doesn't ever seem to be.
Well, there's a real good possibility that I might be in a movie that is being accepted into Sundance.
Well, then I'll pay for it myself. I will walk to Sundance.
All right.
That news excited me so much, I actually had to censor myself. I almost said something that wasn't radio appropriate.
Well, Rance Howard and myself, Ron Howard's father and myself star in this star-studded short that might
You're kidding me.
No, that might be picked up for Sundance, yes.
Well, I mean, if you want to, also, if you guys want to, well, I mean, it's Ron Howard's father. I'm sure he has plenty of connections, but I mean, I know the people at the Tribeca Film Festival pretty well.
Oh.
Also, if you have no luck there.
Oh, we might get, all right, I will,
let me know.
I'll have my people reach out to your people.
You totally should, and, I'm sorry about the Cardinals. Sorry we're looking at you guys in the rearview mirror at the moment.
Fair
I'm
enough.
not bragging or anything. It's not like our strength of schedule is much friendlier than yours.
The Mets are a half game up on the vaunted Cardinals.
And they're only playing one winning team for the rest of their schedule.
It will be a barn burner down to the last day. David, have a good weekend. Thanks for checking in.
Take care, guys. Bye.
829, Big 550, KTRS.
Did you hear that?
Are you tired of seeing your retirement accounts make money just to eventually lose it? Wake up to Rethinking Retirement every Sunday at 7 a.m. with me, Marvin Mitchell, where we give safe, secure strategies that work.
Who is the guy who was building a new football stadium in Los Angeles while complaining that the Edward Jones Dome was not in the top tier of NFL stadiums? Who is the guy, even though St. Louis countered with plans for a new stadium while still paying for the current one, took the Rams back to LA anyway? Stan Kroenke, that's who, our meathead of the week.
The Meathead of the Week is brought to you by G&W Bavarian Style Sausage Company. You can't beat G&W meat.
Lions and Tigers and Bears, oh my! Football season is here. Game